My name is Brad Micklin. I'm the managing member and lead attorney for the Micklin Law Group, which is a law firm concentrated in men's and fathers' rights in divorce, custody, and family law matters, with offices in Nutley and Montclair, New Jersey. Today is January 28th, 2020. As I said, this is in New Jersey, so the tip I'm about to give you, you always have to check if you're watching this at any later point in time, at least much later, and in any other state, to make sure that it still applies or does apply to your matter. But my daily tip, which this is, I usually try to keep a little more general and broad, so it doesn't usually change so quickly. But I see my favorite fans watching. Leave. All right, so my tip today is, what's the most important thing to know when fighting for custody in New Jersey? And to me, that is the types of custody available. And that is because I have people I meet with every single day, and they'll say things like, I want full custody, when there's no such thing as full custody. Or they'll say they want sole custody, but they really want to just be able to make certain decisions. And the problem is, if you don't know the distinctions and you ask for the wrong thing, first of all, you're not going to get what you want, but sometimes you give an impression that you want something that may be unreasonable, and it's not what you want to convey, but because you use the wrong term, that is what you convey. So I'm going to quickly go through, there's, in my opinion, 6 different types of custody, and they, in many ways, overlap. So it's not necessarily that if you have one, you don't have the other 5. So it's also a good reason why you should understand all 6 of them. So the first 2 are legal and physical custody. That relates to, the legal custody relates to important decisions, medical, educational, religion, residence, and physical is about where the child resides or sleeps or how much time he or she spends with each parent. There's joint and sole custody. Joint means it's being shared, obviously. Sole means it's vested in one parent completely. Those 2 directly relate to legal and physical. So you could have joint legal, joint physical, sole legal, sole physical. After those 4, you also have primary residential and secondary residential, which relates more to the physical custody provisions. Primary is where the child sleeps the majority of the days in a year, and the secondary residence is obviously the other parent. Even if you have just one overnight, you still have a primary residential parent and a second residential parent. You also still have joint physical custody, joint physical custody. So that's why it's important to understand not only the 6 terms, but how they relate. I'm not going to go any deeper into them because it's my daily tip. I try to keep this short and simple. I hope the information was enough to give you some clarity on the tips or on the types of custody. If not, you can message me from whatever platform you're on. I see a lot of people signing in over here. Message me any questions that you have. I will answer them. You can also send me any topics you'd like me to cover. I always recommend that you subscribe to whatever platform you're watching so they get notices when I go online. And that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in.